Hey guys, Rick here. Happy July 6th. Hope you had a great 4th of July weekend celebrating American 250. Are we not fortunate to live in this country? This is amazing. Fireworks and FIFA this weekend. So, hey, this one's going to be a little bit longer. I'm going to give you a little more of a digestion of what's happening in the market, what we see working in the market every single day. So, a lot of conflicting headlines out there. You'll see affordability crisis. You'll see it's a seller's market. You'll see it's a buyer's market. You'll see that we don't have enough inventory. You'll see that inventory is growing too fast. Let's kind of break it down for you. So mortgage rates are at or near their lows for the year. They're in the mid sixes for traditional 30-year fixed. FHA and VA options are even lower than that. Oil prices have retraced 98% of their spike from the war. Unfortunately, mortgage rates are a little slower to respond, but they do generally follow the price of oil. So pay attention to that. 48% of home sellers gave concessions in May. That is a really big number. So almost half of the transactions that closed in May had some form of seller concessions on them. First-time home buyers are only 21% of the market, and that's a historical low, obviously signaling the affordability issues. U.S. homeowners sitting on $35 trillion of equity. That is a record high. Housing supply, undersupplied. We're sitting on just over 1 million listings. Normal is 1.7 to 2 million, so something to pay attention to. So again, lots of conflict in the market. Buyer's market, seller's market. Do we have balance? Is affordability a crisis? Which direction is going? Let me tell you about something I think is something most people don't talk about. The consumer psychology may be one of the most underrated forces in today's market. Things are as the consumer thinks they are, regardless of what the data will tell you. So why aren't rates moving as fast? Well, the answer is they're gonna trickle down, and we see that coming down. So follow the price of oil. Mortgage rates will typically lag behind there. So if you're thinking about buying, today is a really good time to do that. Like I said before, half of the transactions, a little less than half of the transactions, saw sellers helping buyers out with closing costs and things like that. So here's a real life story. We helped somebody earlier this year that was in their mind way far away from being able to purchase their home, and they were a lot further away than they thought. After our discovery call, they realized they were a lot closer, and they just closed and got keys last week. And guess what? They had some seller concessions that got them to buy the rate down. So if you think that's you, let's reach out. Let's have a conversation. If you're thinking about selling, it's a great time. There's just over 1 million homes for sale. And if you price it right and use some of the incentives out there, maybe even offering a seller concession, you can draw more eyeballs to your property and move it quicker. Be strategic here. This market requires strategy. If you're staying put, don't sleep on the equity you have. A lot of people are carrying a lot of high rate debt, and there are a lot of homeowner equity products out there that allow us to consolidate debt and help you create cash flow and strategically use your equity in there. So we had a self-employed borrower that came to us, had some debt, was turned down by a bank not too long ago, and we were able to structure something, used a proprietary loan product that we had, and we were able to get them approved and cash in their hands in as little as 7 days, unlocking the locked up equity that they had in their home. So if that's you or somebody you know, that's what we should talk. So here's just a quick recap. Rates are still at the lowest levels of the year. Conditions are improving. Sellers are offering concessions. Americans have equity in there. There's a lot of product out there. So that's what we're seeing in the market. I hope that helps. Like and follow. Subscribe to our blog. We'd love to help you. Let's make it a great rest of the year. Happy birthday, America.